Welcome to Voices of AIS, the podcast which takes you beyond classroom walls. From funny school stories and inspiring journeys to tips that make life at Alphabet easy, we're here to share the voices that matter, yours. And in today's episode, we have a very special guest, someone who needs no introduction, but I'll introduce him anyways for the newbies. Swayam! Yay. Hello, Swayam.
Hello.
Great to have you back.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah. Does it feel weird to come as a guest and not as a student?
I don't even feel like a guest. It just feels like I'm coming back to school on a Tuesday morning. It feels the same.
So Swayam is proud to be amongst the first Sphinx House Captains at Alphabet and holds the unique honor of being the only Sphinx Captain to lead the house to a marching shield victory. Wow. As a member of the pioneering class of 2025, he is a part of the school's very first graduating cohort. And now, after successfully completing the IB Diploma Programme, he's back with us, not as a student, but as a special guest. How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I'm good.
Okay.
I haven't been this early in the morning in quite a bit.
Okay, so having grown up at Alphabet, what would you say makes it special?
I have literally grown up in Alphabet. I've been in the school since mom and me, and I'm also honored to be one of the first students to graduate from this school. And I feel like everything about this place has shaped me to be the kind of person I am today. For example, the teachers, students, facilities, hallways, food, everything. The person I am today, I'll give it all to Alphabet International and my parents, obviously. I grew up here, I made mistakes, I learned from them, I enjoyed, I cried, I didn't sleep, I slept. Everything happened here, and this is like the first stepping stone into my life. I mean, I'll be in college in a week, and this is the only place I'll remember when I go there.
Wow, that's very inspiring to hear. So how did your journey through the IB program shape you into who you are today?
That's a good question. IB is a roller coaster. There's ups and downs and twists and turns, and eventually it'll come to an end, but it's an interesting roller coaster. There is a lot of deadlines you have to meet on time. It's rigorous, it's tough, and it only tests your limits. I had an interesting time with the IB. I slowly got accustomed to it, but I think I navigated my way pretty well. Obviously, I couldn't have done that without Alphabet. My teachers, my peers, and everyone who helped me. They helped me grow and learn into being an organized person, managing my time very well. And there's a lot of other struggles I had to overcome to reach where I am today.
As you mentioned, the IBDP is a very rigorous program. I know myself because I'm a newly minted IBDP student. So what advice do you have for me, and what were some key challenges you faced and how did you overcome them?
Obviously, first, it's the time management and organization. Here at Alphabet, I had to choose 6 subjects. I'll disclose them as well. So I had economics higher level, business management higher level, and design technology higher level. Now I'm going to go to college soon. I'll be pursuing business and administration. So this is kind of where it led up, IB helps you, shape your future, what you want to do, what course you want to take in college, and what you eventually want to become when you grow up, what life path you want to follow. And while doing this, there's a lot of things you have to manage. You have to choose which type of math you want to take. And the biggest struggle for me was trying to collate all of them, make time for each and every subject because everything is important. And I'll give you an example. I never fit any time for my second language. I had taken French ab initio. There were so many tasks in economics, projects for design. I never knew when to study French. Only then is when I got help from my DPC here at school, and he actually made a timetable for me. Okay, and I followed that timetable. I mean, I struggled at first, obviously. I'm not an organized person, okay, and it's a big step I had to take. But once I started following a schedule, getting into it, life in itself became a lot easier. I started to balance things out, and eventually I got used to it. I feel like I'll use this same time management skill or whatever I'm learning here in college as well, and eventually in the future when I start working.
So going back to balance, Swayam, I've heard that you had a very vibrant social life. How did you balance academics with the parties?
Okay, that's a good question. I am an extremely social person. I cannot stay at home like at all. But still, I found time to get in my studies, my IAs and all that stuff. But however, I'm not the best person to ask about balance. You should take examples from some of my friends. They were fantastic. They had a great time, a lot of sports, a lot of academics, and extracurriculars as well. MUNs, tournaments, and whatnot. They did really well. Me, however, I'm still growing and learning. I have to learn how to balance my life out, especially with my academics. But Alphabet taught me a lot. They were my first stepping stone, and now I apply that in college in a week.
Wow.
That's the plan.
Okay, so going back to extracurriculars, how did participating in extracurricular activities shape your school experience?
Okay, so as I said before, extracurriculars and sports and whatnot, it makes up who you are as a person. And obviously, when it comes to balance, I'd say this one thing: please don't devote all your time into academics. This is just this is like a helpful tip I'll give you. Live your life, go out, enjoy with your friends, study as well, but do a lot of other things. MUN, sports, play, be fit, be healthy, be mentally approachable and emotionally stable. Do not stress all the time. Oh, I have this to complete, that to complete. Complete it, then do what you enjoy. Find some hobbies, play some sports and whatnot. For example, we had me and my classmates, the boys, we had a football team. Until all of us finished our IA work for that week, they wouldn't be allowed to play in the tournament. So that's one kind of example we did to keep up. And this is us boys, by the way.
Like an incentive.
Yeah. Or else we won't be allowed to play in the tournament. And also MUNs. I feel like I learned a great deal of public speaking through MUNs. Alphabet provided a lot of opportunities for me through Yale MUN, Harvard MUN, and now even AIS MUN. So unfortunately, I couldn't attend, but hopefully I'll come back next year, try something. And yeah, there were a lot of opportunities and scope for me to grow and involve myself into different activities, growing separate skills in my life, which I will use later on.
Okay, wow. So you spoke a lot about advice. What other pieces of advice would you give to IB students apart from balance?
Apart from balance, I'll tell everyone from my mistakes. Again, I was lazy, bad with time management, and the one thing I really delayed on were my IAs. I started most of them really late, especially if you have a combination of economics, business, design, technology. Please begin your IAs early. Please work on them weekly, get feedback from your teachers. Here at Alfred, not one person, I guarantee you, not one person will say, no, I won't give you feedback. In fact, they will ask you to come, say you have any doubts, whatever you need. Converse with your teachers. They're always there to help you. Ask your peers, ask your seniors, whoever is there. Everyone is open-minded here. Everyone will help you out. If you have a question, never be afraid to ask. Get done with your IAs soon. And all subjects are important. Make time for all 6. That's the best advice I can give.
Okay. So you had a lot of leadership roles, the prominent one being your role as Sphinx House Captain. So what does it mean to you and how has it influenced you after graduation?
Being Sphinx Captain was, I think, one of the most important phases of my life. I believe I was always born to be a leader, and I honed my skills through the House of Sphinx. We worked our very best. We won the marching shield, but unfortunately we couldn't win overall sports day. However, we worked our hardest, and that's what matters. Again, I'm social and I can't not talk to people. So my juniors, my friends, my classmates, whoever, I from Sphinx especially, I wish that they look up to me and see me as an example. And when they do that, I strive to be the best version of myself, because in my head, people want to be like me. People want to be like the house captain of Sphinx. That pushes me to work harder, be a better person, be a better leader. And if Sphinx is happy, I am happy. And that's what kind of pushed my mood throughout the weeks in school. All those hot marching during sports day, practice, running, everything. I shared a lot of emotional moments with my house when we won, we lost, we worked hard, but overall, it was a fantastic experience, and hopefully the leadership skills I honed, I will use it in college and in the future when I start working.
I'm sure like everyone will look up to you. You've left very large shoes to fill for the new Sphinx House captain. He has a lot of work.
I'm sure he'll do well.
So, can you share one fun or light-hearted memory from your early years at Alphabet? Something related to Sphinx?
Related to Sphinx.
Okay.
I'll give two actually. I'll give one from Sphinx and one not from Sphinx. So, we were on this school trip to Manali. We are 12,500 feet in the air. This is not about Sphinx. I also use this memory in my graduation speech. I gave a graduation speech. I use the same memory. We are 12,500 feet in the air. We are atop the mountain, freezing cold, ice all over, and we're in a tent. Again, 10 of us boys.
Oh my god.
Okay. That is the worst possible situation to be in. I'm very honestly saying. And obviously, we wanted to do some nonsense. Okay, so we are playing a game of bluff. It's a card game. The rules you can just search it up online, but with a twist. Whoever lost had to take off one piece of clothing. And I have this classmate. He's my best friend, Deep Jain. Eventually, he was just down to his underwear, and it is freezing cold. I mean, Manali. Okay. He lost. He didn't want to take his underwear off. Also, we said, run around the camp. And there are wild animals, there's snow, slippery, and eventually I slept off halfway through the game, right? And I gave all my cards to Dheer, and that's why he lost. So when I wake up, the first sight I see, because it's freezing, the tent window is open, and my friend Dheer Jain is wobbling around in his underwear on top of a mountain. And that is the funniest memory. It will never leave my head. I'll tell this to whoever I see. And I had a great time then.
I want to hear Dheer tell the story if it's as fun for him.
Next episode, Dheer Jain, we'll get him on here. Now, memory with Sphinx. I'll tell you this. So, it was this one day. It was extremely hot outside. No one wanted to do marching practice. So, all the houses, they're like, okay, fine, let's go inside the school and march. And I was a little annoyed by this fact, because if they're going to march in the heat on sports day, why not just practice it right now? I don't know if this was a good decision or not, but here's what the outcome was. When the three other houses were marching inside the school, only me and Sphinx, we were outside marching for an extra hour as well in the scorching sun. By the end of it, I think all the students hated me. They were annoyed, they were tired. But I told them, I remember saying this to them, because of this one session, we're one step closer to winning the marching shield. And one kid asked me, if we win, what will you get us? And I promised them a tub of ice cream. So, we won the marching shield.
Of course, yeah.
Very next day in school, I shared a popsicle with every single Sphinx student.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And that is one of my favorite memories from school, because we all worked hard for it. Okay. Sphinx is nothing without its members, and I hope we guide this on in the future as well.
As I said, the new Sphinx captain has very large shoes to fill. Okay, so you spoke about sports day, your trip to Manali, and your graduation. If you could relive one day at Alphabet, what would it be and why?
That's an interesting question.
You can only pick one.
Just one day?
Yeah.
Okay. If I could, I'd relive my whole life at Alphabet. Yeah, I'm starting to miss the school a lot. Waking up in the morning, being late, getting scolded, everything. But the one day I loved the most in the school, actually it's like a day we have every year. It's when you complete a grade. It's your last day in school and you're moving on with your life. Now, I was the first one to move out of Alphabet, so it was emotional. End of 9th grade, it's one day of just talking to your friends, watching movies, being in the school environment, but living your life. Ending of 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade. And 12th grade was the most special to me because we all said our goodbyes. All of us are going to move on with our lives now. my friends, teachers, whoever they are. And I had really emotional and deep talks with each and every one of them. And I got to know so many things I didn't know in the last 2 years. And I just really had a great time. It was really nice summarizing the last 2 years with these few people, talking to them, talking about the best moments, the worst moments, saying bye, signing each other's shirts. It was all really emotional, and actually it was really fun. I really liked that day. I wish to relive it.
So looking ahead, what's the next big chapter for you and what makes it so exciting?
Okay. I'm glad to say that I'm going to Pennsylvania State University in 2 days. And I'm studying business and administration there. And eventually, I won't do my postgraduate. I'll come back to India and start working. So that's my plan. And I am actually a little bit more confident. I'm a lot more confident now after going from alphabet. Or else if I went there chumma like this, no, I would have had no time management skills. I wouldn't have made timetable. Second week, I would have been kicked out. I guarantee you. But now I am confident in how I'm going to balance my life, with sports, and college is a completely different ball game. There's a lot of responsibility, accountability. I feel like I learned responsibility from being a house captain, and I learned balance from being a student. So now all of my learnings I'm going to take from alphabet and move into the next phase of my life. Start afresh. And I won't even be gone that long. My first holiday is in like 3 months. I'll come back and give stories again if you want.
Please do.
As long as I'm not boring anyone. But yeah, that's the plan.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I wish you all the very best.
I wish you good luck for DP.
Thank you. I need it. Okay, so finally, to conclude, I have one final question. If you could summarize your entire school journey with alphabet in 3 words, what would they be? Just 3 words.
3 words. I'll do 2 words.
Okay.
Lovely chaos.
Lovely. Okay, wow.
That's the best I can say.
Juxtaposed.
English HR.
Yeah, English HR.
Okay, done.
Done? Okay. Thank you so much, Swayam, for being here today and sharing such insightful and thoughtful answers. It's been a real pleasure to meet you and hear about your journeys at Alphabet, your IB experience, and the memories that have shaped who you are. We're so proud to see how far you've come, and we know you'll achieve many great things. Wishing you the very best of luck in everything you do and this exciting new chapter in your life.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Adya.
Yeah.